Hey there viewers, we're here at the Games Repository taking a look at the cards of Tarkir spoilers ready for the pre-release this weekend. I'm Thresh, and you all know, Brick. So we're going to be looking at it starting in colour order, following the collector's numbers, and I hope you enjoy it and find what we're going to be saying useful. So now to cut to the cards.
Here we go, we're doing red this time, and now it's going to flip on to something else. I've just got to go back and bring you on to Act of Treason. First red card, which is a 3-drop, 2 colourless, 1 red sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good card, it's good. It's reprinted a couple of times. A functional reprint of Threaten. Yeah, it's good. It's a good red staple. It's useful in lots of situations. So next up we have Anok Tracker. This is a 5 colourless, 1 red, 3/3 Hound Scout creature with first strike, a morph for 4 colourless and 1 red. So again, pretty steep casting cost for a 3/3 of first strike. Morph helps to reduce that. Not a great creature though.
Won't see much play outside of limited, I don't think. No. So next up is Arc Lightning. That's a 2 colourless, 1 red sorcery. Arc Lightning deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2 or 3 target creatures and or players. This is another reprint, nice little burn spell, fairly cheap, 3 mana for 3 damage as you want it to go. So yeah, nice little card.
Yeah, it's alright. Next up, Arrow Storm. 3 colourless, red, red for a sorcery. Arrow Storm deals 4 damage to target creature or player. Raid. If you attacked with a creature this turn, instead, Arrow Storm deals 5 damage to target creature or player, and the damage can't be prevented. Pretty useful. Helps you to finish off your opponents in red deck wins type situations, aggro type decks, and stopping it being able to be prevented is particularly useful.
I like that card. Next we have Ash Cloud Phoenix, which is a 2 colourless, red, red, 4/1 Phoenix with flying. When it dies, return it to the battlefield face down. So it constantly morphs in. It's got the morph ability for 6 mana, 4 colourless, 2 red. And when it's turned face up, it deals 2 damage to each player. This could be quite a handy card, I think. Might see a lot of staple play.
Yep. All I wish is that it had haste.
Yep. No, I quite like that. 4/1 isn't brilliant, but you're not expecting it to live. You want to be turning it every turn, deal that 2 damage.
So next up we have Barrage of Boulders, 2 colours, 1 red sorcery. Barrage of Boulders deals 1 damage to each creature you don't control. Ferocious. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, creatures can't block this turn. So it's quite a good way to do a little bit of damage to all your opponent's creatures. But it's also good to stop them blocking if you've got Ferocious, so it helps you to get the rest of the damage through. Not a bad card, but there are better ones, even for the price.
Next up, Bloodfire Expert, which is 2 colourless, 1 red, for a 3/1 Effort Monk with the Prowess ability. So you play a non-creature spell, gets +1/+1. Bit pricey, but your Prowess kind of gives you a little bit of a spin on that, and you've got that 3 attack.
Yeah. Bloodfire Mentor. 2 colours, 1 red for a 0/5 Efreet Shaman. 2 colours, 1 blue. Tap him, draw a card, and then discard a card. I don't like this guy. 3 mana for a 0/5 is already kind of a bit lackluster. And 3 mana to do a Merfolk Looters type ability. I'm not feeling the love for this guy.
Especially when you've got to tap your defender, because you're playing a 0/5 for defending ability.
Definitely.
You could do it at the end of your opponent's turn, just to kind of fix your hand a little bit, but I don't know. Won't see play outside of limited. Bring Low. 3 colourless, 1 red instant. It deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature has a +1/+1 counter on it, Bring Low deals 5 damage to it instead. Nice. Nice bit of removal there for an opponent playing Outlast. Instant speed, so yeah, I like it. As a common, good card.
Yeah, we like removal. Next up, Burn Away. 4 colourless, 1 red. Instant Burn Away deals 6 damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, exile all cards from its controller's graveyard. It's quite a steep mana cost, but 6 damage is a lot. Once again, good bit of removal, and can be a great way to annoy your opponents with Delve in Limited.
Very, very good anti-delve card. Canyon Lurkers, 4 colourless, 1 red. Human Rogue, 5/2, with the Morph ability for 3 colourless and 1 red. Very, very common Morph card, really. Yeah, could mess up some people when you turn him face up and he turns out to be a 5 attack rather than a 2. But, yeah.
Yeah, nothing special. So next up we have Crater's Claws. X and 1 red for a sorcery. Crater's Claws deals X damage to target creature or player. Ferocious. Crater's Claws deals X plus 2 damage to that creature or player instead if you control the creature with power 4 or greater. This is a great card. Does very similar things to Fireball and things. Great way to finish off your opponents in red decks. And the Ferocious ability is interesting. It's only 2 extra damage, but you never know when that 2 damage is going to be make or break.
Yeah, I think this could have a lot of play in Elf Ball decks. Could be quite a handy card when you've got a 4 power elf. Could be quite a good card. Then Dragon Grip, which is 2 colourless, 1 red, enchantment aura with ferociousness. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you may cast Dragon Grip as though it had flash. Enchant creature gets +2/+0 and has first strike. So very useful way of giving one of your creatures first strike for 3 mana and the +2. Very handy card, especially with the flash built in.
Yeah, we like the flash. Next up, Dragon Style Twins. 3 colourless, red for a 3/3 human monk with double strike and prowess. Pretty cool creature. Prowess is quite nice. Everybody likes a bit of double strike. It's not bad. It's costed reasonably well. Like you said, the double red is awkward for wedges. But I think it could still be quite a strong play, especially if you've got plenty of other burn spells and things to back it up.
Alright, then we've got Goblin Slide, which is the 2 colourless, 1 red enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1 colourless mana. If you do, put a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste onto the battlefield. Bit of goblin love going in there. Nice little card. Sits on your field and gets you out some extra token creatures. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. It fits in well with prowess again because it affects non-creature spells. Yeah, pretty cool. So next up we have Horde Ambusher. 1 colourless, 1 red for a 2/2 human berserker. Whenever Horde Ambusher blocks, it deals 1 damage to you. Morph, reveal a red card in your hand. Or when Horde Ambusher is turned face up, target creature can't block this turn. So it can be a good way to force through a little bit of extra damage. It's still able to block, though it does the damage to you, but it's 2 mana for a 2/2.
Yeah,
Not bad.
I think that'll be quite a big card in Limited, and you can play it for 3 colourless, so if you're stuck on your reds because of your wedge, you can still get him out. Next up, Hordling Outburst, which is 1 colourless, red. Sorcery, put 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield, so 3 mana for 3/3 is good. I like that.
I like it too, it's good. Next up we have Howl of the Horde. 2 colours, 1 red for a sorcery. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Raid. If you attack with a creature this turn, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell an additional time. You may choose new targets for the copy. It's a pretty cool spell. It's a sorcery, which limits its usefulness somewhat.
But if you're going to be playing it, you're going to be playing it with the raid ability.
Yeah.
So you've got to play it your second main phase.
Yeah, it's true.
Could be a finishing card, to be honest, if you then have enough mana to then play something.
Spells or something.
Yeah. Okay, then during Instigator, that's the one. It's a 1 colourless, 1 red for a 2/1 goblin rogue with a morph cost of 2 colourless and 1 red. When it's turned face up, if it's your turn, gain control of another target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. I like that. Yeah, pretty simple card. It's going to do a lot of damage.
Same mana cost as Act of Treason, but you also get a 2/1 guy. And because it's a morph effect, you can do it at instant speed.
Yeah, but if it's got to be your turn to gain control of the other creature.
Well, you can still gain control of it, you just can't attack them with it.
Right, next up, Leaping...
Oh no, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies, guys. My apologies to you as well.
Leaping Master, 1 colourless, 1 red for a 2/1, and you pay 2 colourless and a white. Leaping Master gains flying until end of turn. Yeah, it's a bit on the pricey side to make a flyer. I'm not a big fan of that card. I don't think it's going to be...
No, it's not terribly good. There's a lot of better picks out there. So next up we have Mardu Blazebringer. 2 colourless, 1 red for a 4/4 Ogre Warrior. When Mardu Blazebringer attacks or blocks, sacrifices it at end of combat. So for 3 mana you get a 4/4 creature for 1 attack or 1 block. Quite efficient. You can almost use it like a removal spell or like an extra 4 damage to their face. Get to play it quite quickly. It's not a bad card, but it's very niche. Very few situations where it's very powerful.
Next up we have a Mardu Heartpiercer, which is 3 colourless, 1 red for a 2/3 human archer, and it has the raid ability of when it enters battlefield, if you attack with the creature's turn, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So for 4 mana you're getting a 2/3 and a burn spell. So that's quite nice.
Yeah, not bad at all. So next up, Mardu Warshrieker. 3 colourless, 1 red for a 3/3 Orc Shaman. Raid. When Mardu Warshrieker enters the battlefield, if you attach with the creature this turn, add 1 red, 1 white and 1 black to your mana pool. So it makes its wedge colours with it, so it's almost like casting it for only 1 mana. Maybe fixes your mana base for that turn, allows you to play something dangerous.
Yeah.
I quite like this guy.
I think that's quite a good card. For the commons that we've seen with these abilities built in, I think that's one of the best ones they've got.
Yeah, he's good.
Then Monastery Swift Spear, which is 1 red for a 1/2 with haste and prowess. That's an amazing card. 1 drop for a 1/2. First turn, you've got a haste creature, so first turn you're already doing 1 damage to your opponent, and then you've got this prowess ability which you can use later game to really kind of...
I like it as well. Strong, like you say, 1 mana for a 1/2 drop with haste is great anyway, and it's also got prowess. Yeah, I agree. Good card. So next up we have Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker. 3 colourless, red, Planeswalker, Sarkhan. His +1 ability. Until end of turn, Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker becomes a legendary 4/4 red dragon creature with flying, indestructible and haste. Brilliant ability. -3, Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker deals 4 damage to target creature. Bit of removal. -6, you get an emblem with at the beginning of your draw step, draw 2 additional cards, and at the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. He also enters the battlefield with 4 loyalty counters on him. Sarkhan's not bad. His +1 ability is very strong. Allows you to do a lot of damage with it. His -3 ability is okay. Dealing 4 damage to a creature means you're removing a lot of creatures. A lot of creatures with it. But the -3 cost is quite steep. However, his +1 ability is so good you'll be quickly racking them up. His -6 ability, I can't see that getting a huge amount of play. For one, it's very difficult to get your Planeswalkers to their ultimates against good players. Secondly, it's not the most devastating of ultimates.
I would say his best spot would be within a Delve deck, but Delve is black, green, blue, so you'd have to go 4 colours to make him worth it in that kind of style. Yeah, you're spinning through your deck, but maybe a bit too fast, drawing 3 cards every turn and then you discard if you don't use them. Yeah, okay. I think a lot of people will want him. He'll probably get a lot of play in Limited for the people who do manage to get him, but outside of Limited, I'd be quite surprised if we see much of him.
I think he'll be quite strong in red deck wins type strategies.
Yeah.
His +1 is good. It's a constant 4/4 dragon with flying and indestructible.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Next up, we've got Shatter, which is 1 colourless, 1 black, destroy target artifact. Nice little artifact removal. And I believe morph creatures are classed as artifacts. No, they're not. Okay,
Just colours.
just colourless.
It's great to see this reprinted. Really old card. Seen in so many sets. Bit of nostalgia. Next up we have Summit Prowler. 2 colourless, red for a 4/3 Yeti creature. No abilities, however, 4 mana for 4/3. Brilliant placeholder unlimited. Brilliant turn 4 drop. I like him. For limited, he's great.
Yeah, good little mid-range card in limited. Then we've got Swift Kick, which is 3 colourless, 1 red. Instant, target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. So this is kind of a red version of the green cards that we're seeing nowadays after Innistrad. Yeah, does exactly what it says on the tin. Could be quite a handy removal card.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad little card. Next up, Tormenting Voice. 1 colourless, 1 red. As additional cost to cast Tormenting Voice, discard a card. Draw 2 cards. I like this. This is great for red. It helps you to fill your hand up again. You just discard, say, one of those lands that you've drawn and don't need anymore. Draw 2 new cards. Hopefully get more fuel for the fire, so to say.
Yeah, good little card. Trumpet Blast. 2 colourless, 1 red. Instant, attacking creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Nice little instant. Combat trick card. I like it.
Yeah,
I'd probably
it's not bad.
run with 1 or 2 of those in a limited deck.
Helps you finish your opponent off that much quicker.
Yep.
So next up we have Valley Dasher. 1 colourless, 1 red for a 2/2 human berserker. With haste, and Valley Dasher attacks each turn if able. Good card, 2 mana for a 2/2 with haste. Yes, attack each turn if able. Quite frankly, you're probably going to do that anyway. Works well with raid. Yeah, good card. I like it. I think it's strong.
Yeah, I like this card. They really do need to get a keyword for attacks each turn if able, though.
Yeah.
War Name Aspirant, which is a 1 colourless, 1 red, 2/1 human warrior with raid. If you attack this turn, when War Name enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it if you attacked with a creature this turn, and War Name Aspirant can't be blocked by creatures with power 1 or less. So turn 2, if you did manage to swing in your second turn, you get a 3/2 for 2 mana and can't be blocked by something with 1 power or less. Does kind of eliminate those 1/1 black death touch creatures, stuff like that. I like that. I like it a lot.
Potentially turn 2, 3/2 creature. Love it.
Can't argue with that. And that's our reds for today. And hope you have a good pre-release.
Good luck, guys.